Welcome to Haunt Weekly.
Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this is Haunt Weekly, a weekly podcast from the haunted attraction and haunted entertainment community. Whether you're an actor, owner, or just plain aficionado, we aim to be a podcast for you. And we return this week somewhat demure, I admit. It has been a difficult, trying weekend for us. I won't go into details because the story, I believe, is incomplete.
Yeah.
And I think we'll have more to talk about later. But it's been a very frustrating weekend of haunting for us.
It has.
That's putting it very, very mildly. A project we've been very excited about for some time.
Yeah. Went
a little sideways when we tried to build it, and we are now time and money wasted into this project trying to figure out if it can be salvaged, and if so, how.
Yeah, and I'm sure that some of you have come across this same type of thing. We always pull through in the end.
Yeah, we always do. We'll figure out something, I'm sure of it.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, in one of our rooms, we have a big pile of shit that we don't know what to do with. That was a very expensive, hard work pile of shit.
Yeah.
It's a big pile of shit right now.
It is.
Oh, God. I'm sure we'll think of something, though. But anyways, if you want to learn more about that big pile of shit and other things that we do, take a moment to follow us on our website, hauntweekly.com, social media, we're Haunt Weekly on Twitter, Haunt Weekly on Facebook, tinyurl.com/hauntweekly whisks you away to our YouTube channel, where all the previous episodes are for easy perusing. You can also find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Podomatic, all those things too. Google Play, find our podcast, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So all that stuff. You can find us wherever you find your podcast, basically. Big shock, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, on that note, everyone, we usually begin these things with our conference reminders, and so we shall again. It's 1:38, that's an even one, therefore I start.
Yay.
Coming up this weekend, July 27th through the 29th. Don't jump on the 29th, you might be very disappointed.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's the last day?
Jonathan told me.
Yeah, damn those Haunt Weekly guys. Yes, it's the Room Escape Conference and Tour in Nashville, Tennessee at the Music City Center. They'll be touring up to 8 different escape games. My advice, go with a friend and split up and take 2. There's 2 tours of 4 each. Split up. Tours include Extreme Escape Games, Live Minds, Adventure Escape, Escape Point, and Lockmore Freesboro. RoomEscapeShow.com for any last minute details.
Okay. Then July 28th and 29th, it's Midsummer Scream in Long Beach, California at the Long Beach Convention Center. It features dozens of on-site haunted attractions and experiences, largest Hall of Shadows in their history, as well as a Screaming Room Film Festival. MidsummerScream.org for that.
This is looking like a busy, busy weekend, whether you were on the East Coast or the West Coast.
Yeah.
Basically, so you've got stuff to do coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of West Coast stuff to do, on July 30th in Long Beach, California, hint, hint, one day after Midsummer Scream, it's the Seasonal Attraction Leadership Symposium 2018 at the Queen Mary Hotel, put on by the Haunted Attractions Network, aka Ganta Media. There are 6 keynotes with following discussions, and we have speakers! Thank you, Brian Foreman, for getting us the speaker list.
Yes.
They just published it. Full speaker list, you can find that actually in their press section.
Yeah.
But a sample includes Leonard Pickles, Scott Swenson, and Ted Doherty. Some big names in the industry. Theme this year is First Impressions. Learn more at HauntedAttractionNetwork.com. You'll want to go to their Facebook page. It's in the upper right-hand corner of the site. That's where all the information for this is.
Right. Okay. August 5th through the 6th in Scare LA, Los Angeles, California, Los Angeles Convention Center, West Halls. Features Scary Wood, 60,000 square feet of mini haunts. Wish I could be there. Also features a Float, an It-themed cinematic VR experience, a film festival, and a costume ball. ScareLA.com for more.
All right, after that, August 16th through the 19th, it's Halloween and Haunt Fest in Mesquite, Texas at the Mesquite Convention Center. Features a Haunters Mixer, zombie paintball hunt, a costume ball, and a movie night. They'll also be touring the Munsters Manor, Additional info, TBA, HalloweenandHaunt.com for more info. We also have more details, some very, very sad news about that conference coming up in just a minute. So stay tuned.
Okay, August 18th, it is the Haunters Barbecue in Jackson, New Jersey, hosted by Jersey Devil Haunted Experience. Tickets are just $15 in advance. JerseyDevilHalloween.com for more info on all the yummy, yummy food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just hearing about this has me salivating, I gotta tell you.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, And
if you don't like your burgers bloody...
Yeah.
All right. After that, August 24th through the 26th, it's Mask Fest in Indianapolis, Indiana. The JW Marriott Indianapolis features mask makers and makeup artists of all types, including Tom Savini. Maskfest.com for more details.
Okay. September 14th through the 16th, it is Scarefest.
Rebirth.
The Rebirth.
As they're calling it.
Lexington, Kentucky at the Lexington Convention Center. Guest includes Cassandra Peters, a.k.a. Elvira, Joe Bob Briggs, Monster Vision, and Sid Haig, Captain Spaulding.
Yeah.
TheScarefest.com.
Yes, you tripped on the easiest word in that list.
I did. Well, yeah.
It's been a long weekend, and we're going to keep using that excuse.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that looks like a lot of fun. And like I said previously, there's a great interview with Joe Bob Briggs on the Cinemassacre YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. Absolutely wonderful guy. Before that, I knew Monster Vision. I knew what he did.
Yeah.
Thought he was a cool dude. Now I'd be like dying to meet him. Cool dude. That's what he did for me. It really elevated Joe Bob Briggs in my mind. All right. Well, we have to start this week off with a piece of sad news. We have learned about the untimely passing of Stephen Colberg, the producer of Halloween and Haunt Fest.
Right.
Literally, we found out about this about an hour or two before we went to record. Oh. So we don't have a lot of information right now. There's not a lot to share. The announcement came from Haley and the rest of the team at Halloween and Haunt Fest, who did say that they are the conference is still very much on. They're still doing it. They were planning on continuing his vision for the conference. But he was the producer for the show, and it's hard enough to lose a name, a member of the haunt community.
Right.
But, this one also does impact us at least slightly personally, because we did know him when we did meet him. We got to spend time with him last year at Halloween and Haunt Fest. And I was thinking about what to say, and what I'll say is this. He was an amazing guy all around.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. And I have spoken at over 24 conferences. I've been all over the world speaking for my day job. Mm-hmm. I've been to conferences large, conferences small, professional, amateur, whatever. I've been to everything. Been everywhere, man.
Yeah.
But I've never once had a conference where I knew the producer by face and name. I could shake his or her hand and come to them with any problem that arose. That never happened. He was a very hands-on guy, very amiable. He was just a wonderful person to be around, and he will be missed.
Yeah, I agree.
They currently, Haley and others are seeking donations to Magic Wheelchair. It was a charity that was very close to his heart. He did multiple fundraisers for them in his life. So I'll put a link to the Facebook fundraiser in the show notes. Feel free to contribute there.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay.
Also, while we're doing stuff that's a little bit heavy, I want to do a quick follow-up to last week's podcast, which is about haunt directories. Mm-hmm. We got a lot of feedback about that one.
Yeah.
Got a lot. And some of it we have not had a chance to respond to directly. We had house guests last week. We've been kind of scrambling. And then we had this project that went absolutely sideways this weekend. Yeah. So, yeah, we've not responded to a couple of people. I know. I apologize. I'll try to do it either today or tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just to be immediately clear about this, we weren't trying to attack anyone that wasn't directly involved in like the spam operations. Looking at you, hauntedhouse.com. Yeah. You should have felt attacked. Yeah. Because you were.
Yeah.
Everyone else, it was about the nuances and the difficulties of running these sites, and especially trying to finance them.
Right.
That's what we were trying to get across. And I know, because you got to realize, these podcasts, we have bullet points, but everything is worded off the cuff. Yeah. So sometimes we word things more strongly or more softly than we intended. We may have worded things a little strongly last time. So to be a little more clear, there is definitely a complexity in taking money from things you are reviewing.
Yes.
There has to be a complete separation between the advertising content and the editorial content / the content.
Right.
Because you have to make that immediately clear. And some haunt directories did that pretty well.
Yeah.
Others, less well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just a thing to do. I would be very, very, very careful, though, reviewing content you get paid from, just because there's at least the appearance of a conflict of interest there.
Yeah.
And
I'm not even sure if the appearance is the right word.
Yeah.
There's a potential.
Yeah.
And I think that could be seen by viewers as a potential.
Which I think is why there's the appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing about it is you kind of have to blame sites like Haunt World and HauntedHouse.com, which showed very clear preferences for the haunts that financially back them.
Right.
One way or another, whether they were owned by them or whether they advertised with them.
Yeah.
We've all seen that.
Yeah.
And so the suspicion is there, and it's probably not your fault.
Yeah.
I'm being honest. It's probably not.
I'm sure that it's not in a lot of cases.
In fact, I know it's not in most cases.
Yeah.
But the suspicion is going to be there. That's what we.
That just means you've got to work harder.
Yes, exactly. We've got to work harder in this area. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very well put, Crystal.
Yeah.
All right. So let's set aside failed projects and everything that's sad, and let's look for.
It's been a sad
Yes,
summer.
it has. Yes, it has. It's been a very, very.
It is out there now publicly that Chamber of Horrors has closed for this season.
That was the haunt we were helping do the teardown on.
Right.
That was depressing.
Yes.
So
not a good build season yet.
No, well, it should have been the absolute best build season ever for us, and it ended up being kind of crap.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to have to contend with that over the next week or two and see where we go with it.
Yeah.
All right. But anyways, let's move forward. Let's move forward and talk about something a little more upbeat, and that is making money.
Oh, money's good.
Money is good.
I like money.
I like money, too. And we ended up, this was an idea we had sitting there at a bar, disappointed in Little Caesars. Oh my god, I just realized how many disappointments we had this weekend.
Yes,
How
yesterday.
do you get this disappointed in a pizza place that you end up at a bar eating a burger? That may be the saddest thing I've ever heard. No, that's just sad.
Well, they wouldn't give us pizza, so we went and got a pitcher of beer and some burgers.
Oh, jeez, I just realized it's all coming into focus now, man. It's really been a rough weekend.
It has.
But regardless, we were sitting in the bar, I was looking at the touch tunes, and I asked myself what I always do, which is how much money does the bar make from the touch tunes?
Right.
And that got me thinking about microtransactions. I thought, wow, that's like microtransactions for the bar.
Yeah.
You come to the bar, you pay for a beer, you pay for a burger, but for an extra, 99 cents or $1 or $1.29 or whatever the hell it is now, I don't know.
Yeah.
You can listen to a song on the jukebox. You get to choose the music. You get to play DJ.
Mm-hmm.
That's a microtransaction for the bar.
Yeah.
And so I got thinking, well, what are some good microtransactions for haunts? Yeah. And then the conversation began, and then we were taking notes, and then an episode formed out of it.
Exactly. That's exactly how this happens.
That's pretty much exactly it.
That's how a lot of these episodes, if we sound like we're talking out of our ass, that's because we are.
If you're wondering about the inspiration for our podcast, there you go.
Yeah.
There's the full story. Usually we're seeing somewhere, beer is usually involved.
Yeah.
Talking about something, and then we think of ways to apply it to haunts, and there you go.
Yeah.
Anyways. So the first question not everyone, but a lot of people are going to have is, what is a microtransaction?
Right.
Well, the term actually comes from gaming. Mm-hmm. And in gaming, a microtransaction, this is the Google definition of it, is a very small financial transaction conducted online. But I think the more important element isn't that it's online.
Right.
It's that it's done while you're playing the game. You do not leave the game to do it.
Exactly.
It's something, there's an in-game store of some stripe, or you get a pop-up, and if you play mobile games at all, you've seen these bastards. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You're playing a game, hey, buy gems, coins, rubies, whatever, for $2, or get extra spins on the lucky wheel, or,
whatever.
We've all seen those microtransactions. And the main thing is they all come up while you're playing. Because of the fact we've all been frustrated by microtransactions, pretty much, even if we didn't know the term, they've gotten something of a bad rap.
Yeah.
A justifiable bad rap, but a bad rap. Because many games just make microtransactions necessary or damn near necessary.
Yeah.
There was a game, Dungeon Keeper.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal and I loved Dungeon Keeper 2. It's probably one of our most favorite games that we've ever played.
Yeah.
And when we heard they were making a mobile version, we very briefly got excited.
Yeah.
And then we read about, the microtransactions in it and how basically you have to wait 24 hours to build a room in your dungeon if you don't pay, 99 cents for the speedy uppy MacGuffin thingy.
Yeah.
So, to make the game playable, you need to pay microtransactions. Yeah, it basically, it feels as if you have to buy to play the game at all or to enjoy it fully, and it frustrates users with a constant barrage of begging.
Yes, it does. And I would also say, not only just speeding up the game, but there are some games that I've played where if you don't put money in for the upgrades for the weapons and things, then you can't beat the bosses.
No.
There's no way to finish the game. And then I just walk away from the game.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, and I'll say this. You want a game that does microtransactions relatively well?
Yeah.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go does. I've never felt that I needed to put in microtransact money into it, but I felt like I wanted to a few times.
Yeah.
I never felt it was necessary. I never felt like a gun was to my head.
No.
Do this or stop playing.
No.
Do this or don't get the full game.
Right.
But there were many times I wanted to.
Yeah.
And a few times I did. So there you go. So let's define microtransactions within the confines of a haunt. First, it must be purchasable on site. This is the end-game part of the experience. Mm-hmm. You want things people can buy while they're there. Now, they might be buying some of these on their phone, but it has to be something they can do while they're there.
Right.
Second, these will probably be cash purchases. Mm-hmm. We have one or two that would take place on a phone, but most would be cash purchases.
Yeah, cash, or if you have a square walking around with you,
Yeah, I think cash is going to be the key to a lot of these, though. But here's something to think about, because I set the threshold at $5.
Yeah.
And the reason I set it as at $5 is because according to Bankrate.com, 8 out of 10 people carry less than $50 most of the time, and 5 out of 10 people carry less than $20.
Yeah.
Now, the numbers at your haunt may be higher, especially people are going expecting to pay cash for things. Like people might take out extra cash if they're anticipating buying concessions or whatever. But that is the normal walking around experience. And I'll say this, I almost never have any cash on me at all.
Yeah.
And when I do, it's probably $10 to $20 worth.
Yeah.
So, something to think about. The next item is they must be add-ons to the haunt experience. If I come to your haunt, if I bought a ticket, I should get the quote-unquote full experience of that haunt.
Yeah.
These have to be additional things.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, the goal is to create an impulse buy that improves the experience for everyone. Mm-hmm. And this is something I think is a little more difficult, because you want to make it so that the person who pays the money certainly gets a better experience, but also that the people around them don't get a worse experience or maybe get an even better experience because of it.
Right.
Something to think about. And what we're doing with this list is we've divided it into things that we have seen done at haunts, so we can talk about our experiences with them, and things that we have not seen done that we think might be kind of cool.
Yeah.
There's the stuff we've seen and the talking out our ass portion. I know the whole podcast is the talking out of our ass portion, but this one is a double talking out of our ass portion. We're double-assing it, basically.
Yeah.
So let's start with some of the ones that we've seen. The first one is The Last Ride and similar attractions. These micro attractions, if you will. Mm-hmm. If you're not familiar with The Last Ride, basically it's a coffin that you climb into, and using lights, sounds, smells, and scents will simulate basically being taken to a gravesite and being thrown in. Mm-hmm. It's a very bizarre experience. It also jostles around, has some pneumatics to it.
Yeah.
And I've seen we saw this at a haunt. I did it at a haunt near Atlanta. I'm trying to remember which one. I think it was Folklore.
It was.
It was Folklore I did it at.
Yeah.
But we saw it at Poplarville.
Yeah.
It was in the queue. And at 13th Gate.
And at 13th Gate and at Rise.
And at Rise. We've seen it in many, many places.
Yeah.
And I think in our area, we've got one guy who owns one and just drives from haunt to haunt and gets permission to set up.
I have no idea.
That's my suspicion because I think it's the same dude
that
runs it.
That's
it could just be all creepy Undertaker guys with the Last Ride look-alike. And I'm like...
They all bought the same costume.
All bought the same costume or something. I don't know, but they all look very similar. But yeah, it's a very short, about 2 to 3 minute ride.
Yeah.
And it can be done literally while you're waiting in line. Most places will allow you to go do the ride and then get back in your place in line. Mm-hmm. And it's also, if you have it near the queue line, that's pretty cool because not only are people able to do it while they're in line, but other people in the queue are watching the person do it.
Right.
And are part of the show in a weird way, as weird as it sounds. So yeah, tickets are often sold at the ticket booth, but everywhere I've seen it, cash has also been accepted, like at the thing.
Right.
Cash or Square in some cases, like you said. And here's the thing, it's something to talk about with friends while you're waiting, and if you have a group of friends, they might goad each other into doing it.
Yeah.
Peer pressure can be a very powerful tool for us in this industry.
That's part of how you got into it. It was a cheap add-on. I think it was like $5 to do it.
Well, yeah. I think at Folklore they had the combo ticket for the 3 haunts.
Right.
Because they had the 3D thing, the animatronic haunt, and the more live actor-oriented haunt. Yeah. And then it's like $2 or $3 extra bucks just to get the last ride, too.
Exactly. So it was like, well, why not add it on? And there was nobody else waiting, so...
Yeah. It was an in-and-out deal.
Sure. We've been curious about this for a while.
Yeah, we've seen it all over the shop. We want to try it.
Exactly.
Now, here's the thing. I actually looked it up. It's pretty damned expensive.
Yeah.
It's $4,500. And they've just... Well, I don't know just. They're promoting it like they just did it, but it could have... But some of these sites get updated. It might have been a minute here. Uh-huh. Yeah, but they released an upgrade kit for it. It actually makes it 2 attractions in one. It can now simulate it's a Dracula-themed ride, too, now. That upgrade kit sells for $500. Ideally, this is something you need a long line for.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people aren't going to want to hop out of line and do it. The other option is to put it like right near the exit and catch people as they're coming out and say, hey, you want to do something else cool? Catch them as they're still buzzed from the haunt and get them to do that. Those are your 2 options that I see to make that really work. But yeah, I gotta say, the experience for me was not as bad as I had feared.
Yeah.
Because it's like I said, I'd seen these all over the shop. I figured they must be stupid, cheesy, whatever. Wasn't that, but it was also not 100% perfect either. Advice for you, if you do operate one of these, make sure to clean out the scent lines regularly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, all the scents get muddled, and there's a wide variety of scents involved in that. I think they include, like, dirt and roses, and there's, like, I can't remember, like, rotting flesh is one.
Yeah.
And it's like when the roses fell on the casket and it smelled like rotting flesh, I was a little confused.
Yeah.
Just saying. All right. Ooh, excuse me, got overexcited there. Another one, a very similar vein, and this is one becoming really popular, 5-minute escape rooms.
Yeah.
Now, often this one isn't a microtransaction because you have to do it in a group.
Right.
But if everyone in a group is paying their own way, it could be a microtransaction to each customer.
Exactly.
Like when you and I do it, it's not really one because we have to pay usually the $15 for you and me and whoever's with us to go. So that's not a microtransaction.
Right.
But that's a sub-attraction. But, if everyone was paying their own way, it could be. And $5 seems to be about the price they charge. Most charge for this.
Yeah.
This also could be done online. Similar peer pressure effects. And damn, we've seen some really good ones.
Yeah, we have.
Rise and 13th Gate both had kick-ass 5-minute escape rooms.
Right. And I liked how at Rise you could do the escape rooms while you were waiting in line.
Yeah.
Because there is nothing to look at outside there. And it's entertaining. It's more entertaining than standing in line. So. Yeah,
Rise has definitely upped their game in their queue line area. I think they realized they had to. and they stepped it up, and that was one of the things they did. And not only did they do the 5-minute escape games, but they did the whole giant facade and structure for them.
Right.
They built this, I mean, it's a big, huge thing. Like 13th Gate has some kick-ass rooms.
Yeah.
But they built a much smaller unit and across the street from the queue line. And it's because of and if you've never been to 13th Gate, the warehouse side where the 13th Gate is located has like almost no space around it other than sidewalk.
Right, exactly.
There's no real place to put it on that side.
No.
It's not a criticism. It's just,
nope.
It's the nature of the beast here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they both have some really kick-ass rooms. And here's the thing. If you have escape rooms, this is the best marketing you can get for your escape rooms. Yeah. I mean, it's a low barrier to entry. It's $5 a person. That's almost no risk. It's 5 minutes, almost no risk. It gets people to understand the concept of an escape room, try one out, and it shows off what you do with your escape rooms and how kick-ass they are. Exactly. It shows that basically, you're not dealing with a bunch of sheets and master locks.
Yeah. And it is... Maybe it's not so easy for the average customer, but it's easy for me to tell which escape rooms are built by haunters and which ones come out of a box. Yeah.
Well, it's easy for me too, yeah.
And I think that people who go to haunted houses will appreciate the detail that's put in even into the mini escape rooms.
I think and I'll say this, haunted attraction escape rooms definitely have the detail, the lighting, the cool effects, the magnet locks and all that fancy stuff. But I'll definitely give credit to the Escape Room in a Box. They have some play-tested games.
They do.
Give credit where it's due. They have some very, very play-tested games.
They do.
All right. Next item up for bid. Dare to Scare. I actually saw this at the 13th Gate years ago. Mm-hmm. It's not there still. It's not there anymore. There still. Not there now. But they currently serve 7 haunts nationally. Basically, it's an app that lets people scare other people remotely. Yes. And the idea is simple. You set up a prop that can be remotely triggered, ideally in the queue line somewhere. And it can be something as simple as an air cannon. It can be a jack-in-the-box. It can be any number of things. And then you set up a video camera watching it. Yeah. And what happens is people pay money. They pay, that's like a TouchTunes type thing, where you pay money and you get a number of credits. Right. And then you can activate that prop remotely and see the reaction. Yeah. Now, the site hasn't been updated since 2016, so I'm kind of making some assumptions they're still active. But here's the thing. Even if Dare to Scare isn't, it's an idea that you could implement yourself.
It is.
This would not be... Considering we already are an Arduino universe here in Haunted Attractions, it's not that much more to create a simple app or have someone create a simple app for you. Yeah. That allows you to activate a prop remotely, set up and then tie into the Google Play Store or whatever, Google Play or the iTunes Store, and sell credits and go. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it would even be an idea to just turn it into a button. Yeah. That, is locked and you unlock it for people.
Yeah, and that's true. It could be physically on site.
Exactly.
You could take people to like a little kiosk or somewhere and say, okay, here's your monitor, here's the button, do it when you feel best. You get 3 presses of the button or whatever, and then it stops working from it. Yeah.
Now, I will say that when Jonathan mentioned this to me yesterday, I was like, ooh, can we activate it now and scare the people building the haunt?
Dare to Scare only operates during business hours for the haunt. I triple checked. So that would be hilariously cruel.
Well, maybe we do it to each other.
Yeah, no, it'd be hilarious because like at 13th Gate, we see like Dwayne go by. That could be the prop. Yeah. Oh God, I'm sorry, Dwayne. That's hilarious. Yeah. Oh man, we're gonna hear about that one. But anyways. All right, next up, photo ops. We've seen tons of these. Come on. Yeah. Even the Haunted Puddle had this.
Which was only open for like 2 days.
Yeah. This is one of the easiest one. Basically, take photos, sell prints. It's easy. Yeah. The biggest problem here is people don't typically want physical photos anymore. Yeah. And 13th Gate tried doing a thing where they sold digital prints, digital downloads. That did not obviously go too well because they didn't bring it back. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've never spoken with anyone about how it went, but it could not have gone too good.
Well, I thought that they had them last year, but they also had the printouts available. I think you got both last year. Yeah. I think that was the change.
Yeah. And there was something different with it, though. I can't remember what it was. And I think you're right. There was one with the door. They had the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm remembering now.
Yeah.
We go to way too many haunts in a year is the lesson I'm learning.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
We need to dial this haunt thing back a little.
Yeah, well, that's...
No, nothing. Never mind. That's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically the thing to try here is to make sure that the photo is visually interesting and exciting.
Right.
I know that, like, for example, some have had you, like, holding back a door to keep demons out or whatever, and they CGI in the demons and whatever coming in, and that's pretty cool. Others use scare cams to catch you right in the moment, kind of like the photos as you go over the crest of a roller coaster type thing.
Right. Make
sure the photos are visually interesting, something people might actually want to display.
And they've actually seen line actors get into the photos also.
Oh, yeah.
So...
there's a lot of creative ways to do this and make it work and make it exciting. And like I said, the one with the line actor, I remember that because you went into like a booth area and there was a space where the line actor could sneak up behind the group.
Right.
And they separated out so the group behind could not see what the group in front was doing, could not see that they were about to get photobombed, basically.
Yeah.
By, I think it was like a clown on stilts or something like that.
Now, I will say that I have seen this done completely wrong once.
Oh, yeah.
And that was in one of the mini haunts we went to.
In Atlanta.
And they had their photo booth in the middle of the haunt.
Yes.
There was a break in the action to take photos.
Yeah.
And go to the store. And that just, don't do that.
Yes.
Simple.
Yeah, it was really bizarre because we go out and there's this brightly lit area.
Yeah.
With like a green screen.
Yeah.
And a
little merch
booth.
table.
Yeah, and like, we must be done.
Yeah, that was fast.
That was oddly short. It looked much bigger from the outside. Oh, well, I guess it's a reverse TARDIS.
Yeah.
Then we go and they take our photo. We didn't buy anything. I think in Dodge we did buy something from the merch table. And then we go and there's like more haunt. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's like, okay.
All right.
Disorienting in the wrong way.
Yes. All right. Next item up for bid is bounce back tickets. This should not be a microtransaction, people.
No.
Look, we had one haunt locally who did this. Basically, I think the ticket price was $12 to $14, and they would give you a bounce back ticket where you go there a second time on the same night for $5.
Yeah.
And this seems to me to be devaluing your main ticket price.
Yeah.
If your ticket price is $12, then your ticket price is $12. If your ticket price is $20, your ticket price is $20.
Yeah, I think it would be better to consider doing a season pass and charging more because it's rare that that's going to get used as much as as it's worth.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And repeat customers tend to be the worst customers because after they've been through it once, they know where most of the scares are. They can start becoming problems for actors. We've seen this ourselves.
Yes.
So it's frustrating. If you're going to do a bounce back, I would say make it at least 65% of your original price.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think Crystal's right here on this. The best way to handle bounce back is to offer a season pass.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you said, no one ever uses those enough to justify the season pass. What you're selling is the convenience of go as often as you want and not worry about the price.
Yeah.
It's why, people pay for unlimited plans when they don't need it.
Yeah. Well, it's like we're paying for the movie plan.
Yeah. We don't use all of our movies.
No.
We pay for unlimited cell phone. We could probably get by on like a 10 or 15 gig plan. It'd probably save us a few bucks per month. But we like the comfort of knowing we won't go over our data.
Exactly.
It's a load off our mind.
Yeah.
That's what you're actually selling with those. Still, we've seen it as a microtransaction. Don't advise it. Did not go well. In fact, the haunter involved said that he had the problem, and basically a large group of a family with like a large group of kids would come, like a neighborhood group.
Yeah. Come
in and spin through the haunt once normally, and then just keep buying bounce back tickets and going through the haunt again and again and again and again.
Yeah. Yeah, and we've, because we're free and because we have so many people, it's hard to recognize everybody.
Yeah, bounce backs happen on us.
Bounce backs happen. And they get so frustrating because the kids who do this, they don't get scared by the second time, and then they start talking back to the actors and just basically being little shits.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So yeah, bounce back. Not our favorite plan. All right, and finally, in the category of stuff we've seen, small merch and small food items.
Yeah.
Sell things to people waiting in line or they're milling about the property. This includes everything from like bracelets, glow sticks, etc. Anything you can sell for a few bucks.
Right.
And also water, canned sodas, etc. What?
I just thought about selling poppers in line.
Selling what?
Poppers.
Oh, God.
So that to hold whenever you're going into the haunt so you can scare the person in front of you.
Do not listen to Crystal.
Yeah. No, don't
She
do
is
that.
very, very tired and is not thinking sanely at this time. Please do not listen to Crystal.
No.
That is a terrible idea for about 100 reasons I can think of. Instead, like I said, sell them soda and water. Now, here's the thing you have to think about. The point of this is you have to bring the products to them. It's the convenience of not having to go to the concession booth or the merch booth. If I'm making the effort to walk to a merch booth or to a concession stand, I'm usually already planning a pretty sizable purchase.
Yeah.
I'm not likely to walk, especially if it's a decent distance away, all the way to a concession stand for just a soda.
Right.
I've done it,
Well,
and I was aggravated when it happened.
yeah. Well, and here's the thing is that, especially if you were in a long line inside of a cattle gate system per se, just theoretically, and it's hot outside because it's New Orleans.
Theoretically.
And you're going to want water at some point. And if you didn't think to buy it before you tried to rush into the line because you didn't want to get further back in line, then you've got to get out of line to go and get that.
Yeah, that sucks.
And then trying to get back in to where your place is impossible. So have somebody go around and sell freaking waters. Please.
Yeah. And here's the thing, it makes it an impulse buy when you do it. It's much different to have someone in front of you with a tray saying water, glow stick bracelet, or whatever.
Yeah.
Versus, oh yeah, the concession stand's that way, the merch booth's that way. There's a big difference in the barrier to entry there.
There is. Yes. Take a lesson from Shot Girls.
Yes. They are popular on Bourbon Street for a reason.
Yeah.
It's very, very convenient. So yeah, and the best thing of all is these can be very high margin items. It's like, oh yeah, you're not gonna make much money selling sodas or whatever. You charge $1.50 for a can of soda that probably costs you 25 cents tops if you buy it wholesale. You're gonna make some damn money.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's $1 or $2 at a time, but if you got a busy enough line, you can make some pretty good cash that way.
Yeah, I mean, for instance, with our numbers, we would have made over 800 just in selling waters.
Yeah.
If we sold anything. We don't.
We don't, but if we did, yeah. We could have made a couple hundred.
Yeah.
We could have paid for the haunt with that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Now onto the list of stuff we haven't seen but think would be kind of cool ideas maybe someone out there should try.
Yeah.
And some of these I do think haunts have done, we just haven't been to them.
Right, exactly.
Okay. We have not physically seen these.
Yeah.
First is observatory access.
Yes, and I do think this one has been mentioned to us.
Yes, it was actually, I think that the haunt that came on talking about setting up their first year as a pro.
Right.
I think they did it. But basically, it's offer visitors a chance to see other people get scared in the haunt. It can be a physical observatory, for example, like a crow's nest or something, where you can look down into the haunt, or it could be a virtual one with security cameras.
Yeah.
This idea comes actually from laser tag arenas for me.
Yeah.
Nearly every laser tag arena I have been to or been involved with had some kind of observatory so parents could watch the little Rugrats when they play video games and get their ass pwned by me.
Exactly. And if parents are bringing their kids into your haunt, but they don't want to go into haunts because they don't like them, then they could pay this price.
Yeah.
You could have, those microtransactions of drinks and snacks and stuff set up in the observatory.
Yeah. You can still make money from the people that aren't going to go through your haunt or just there to drop off the Rugrats.
Exactly.
Just a thought. Yeah, this is an alternate way to enjoy the haunt experience. We talk about alternate movie experiences all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an alternate haunt experience to me. I think this is a pretty cool way.
Yeah.
An AR experience. Mm-hmm. Now, do yourself a favor, look up Noovi, Noovi. We've been going to the movies a lot lately. We got that A+ thing at AMC, and we're loving it. But yeah, Noovi is basically an AR thing for your phone that operates like but it's before the trailers. It's during all the ads and the weird crap they show before the trailers begin. They do an AR thing where you can actually play a game on your phone based on what's on the screen.
Yeah.
It's very cool. It's very simple and stupid, but it gets you to download the app. And supposedly they're doing like a movie recommendation thing down the road. They've got an actual business model with it. Right. They just haven't implemented it yet. But anyways, yeah, it'd be possible though to do something similar in a haunt. Set up an outside area or maybe even a room in the haunt itself for the AR experience.
Right.
It can be a game.
Yeah.
It can be just a cheesy effect or whatever.
Yeah.
But something.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to have a game with, like, ghosts or goblins or something crawling out of your facade, and you have to shoot them.
Yeah.
With your phone.
That'd be cool.
Or just even a video that plays over the facade. Yeah. You know, as you're standing in line, you could watch it.
Yeah, I mean, you could do a lot with this. And have users download the app for free or make it a 99-cent download or whatever. Yeah. And give people a brand new experience at the haunt. Mm-hmm.
Did you see the Tesla business card that was altered? No. Basically, whenever you took your phone and you looked at it through the
AR thing,
the AR thing, it showed the car on top of it.
Cool.
So it was a regular business card, but even something that small can hold AR stuff in it.
Okay, that's cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, touch tunes. We mentioned this is where the idea came from. Mm-hmm. I would not do this in the haunt.
Yeah.
I would not do this in the queue line. But if you have a lounge area or some side area where people are just hanging out.
Yeah.
Like the former House of Shock had 2 bar areas, for example, that were separated from the haunt. And were separated not just, in terms of physically, but also audibly, too.
Yeah.
They were not really part of the main area. You can use this to create some revenue. Warning though, users will control the experience, so you're going to have to get good about banning songs, genres, things like that aren't appropriate for your area. And it frankly may not be worth the $20 to $40 most people estimate they make a day from it.
Yeah.
Now that being said, it will help with licensing issues. One of the ways that TouchTunes helps bars and restaurants make money isn't just by, hey, here's the check for the songs people played. It's also by taking care of all the royalties for you. Yeah. Because the users pay for the royalties instead of you. Mm-hmm. Just say it. Could be good. All right. This one's a little more, I would say, controversial.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about this one myself, but escalated experience, like a necklace. Now we've seen this one actually at the. We've never been able to go to Eastern State Pen when it's doing the haunt stuff.
Right.
We've been to Eastern State Pen as a historical attraction.
Right.
But not as a haunt.
Yeah.
They do something similar to this, where basically if you wear this glow necklace, you're agreeing to be touched, to be separated from your group, to get a more intense experience. They call it.
And actually, we did that at Poplarville. They gave us the option, and we did it, and it was a free upgrade.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen
upgrade.
haunts not charge, basically, for this. Okay, so I guess we have seen this. But we've never been charged for it. We never paid money for it.
Right, yeah, I'd forgotten about that, but yeah.
You're right, though, you're right. And I'm not really sure how that experience was any different.
I don't know either, because we couldn't
No one in our group went through that.
Exactly. We probably should have said somebody shouldn't.
We should have rock, paper, scissors, and one of us go with and one of us go without.
Yeah.
In hindsight, that would have been a damn good idea, wouldn't it?
It would have
This way we could have actually compared and taken notes. That might have been good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's done by some haunts as a way to indicate a consent for a more full contact experience. But it comes with all of the risks and the legal risks that just a regular touch haunt does.
Right.
Because here's the thing, you cannot buy your way into or otherwise consent into being assaulted.
Right.
Just cannot do it.
Nope.
Seriously, speak with the local BDSM community if you have any questions about that. Cannot be done. Consent can be withdrawn at any time. And if even if they don't take off the necklace, if they stop consenting, you're assaulting them.
Yeah.
And that's where you run into the risk. So yeah, it comes with all the regular issues. Still, if you want to offer that escalated experience, I don't see a reason why you can't charge an extra $1 or $2 for it.
No.
Even if it's just to pay for the damn necklace.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not necessarily selling them the experience upgrade, you're selling them the necklace to get the experience, I think. You can do that. That would seem to be reasonable to me. Just, make it clear, though, that the non-necklace experience is the default and the real experience. Just make that clear in your promotion.
Yeah.
In a similar vein, target a friend.
Yeah.
Now, this was your evil idea, so maybe you should explain it better than I can.
Basically, I just had the idea of some people will throw their friends under the bus. And
Or in our case, the random asshole behind us in line.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, we want to see people get scared. I mean, we want to see how our friends react. Why can't we pay to have somebody targeted? It'd be like going to Christoph, the insulter.
Yes.
And everybody, all of your friends chipping in to have you insulted by him.
Yes.
That might have happened.
We might have done that to someone.
You. We did it to you.
No, actually, we did it to Kyle.
We did it to Kyle, too.
We did it way worse to Kyle.
We did. Yeah.
I got it bad. Kyle got it much worse than me.
Yeah.
I was bad. Kyle was worse.
Yeah.
Anyways. But yeah, still, once again, this has a lot of the same issues, but this doesn't have to be a touch thing. It can be just a way to let actors know, hey, that's the scaredy cat, pop him. But you have to worry about the rest of the group not getting as good of an experience. So
right, and if you are the scaredy cat, then you want to pay to make sure that you're not the one targeted.
Yeah, get that collar off, baby.
Exactly.
Oh, man. It could be fun. I don't know. I think there's a lot of potential problems with that. It was just an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a long queue line? Do you have a video screen that, displays like music videos or rules or things to them? Mm-hmm. Why not actually accept money to put things on that video screen?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about sponsors. Think about what like baseball stadiums and football stadiums do.
Right.
Where you can go, you can pay a few bucks and get something displayed on the screen for 15 seconds, 30 seconds, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And this can be a way if you're on a date with a girl or a date with a guy or whatever, you can just put their name up there and say, heart or whatever. Be all touchy squeezy. Mm-hmm. Or, you can, make fun of your friends. Like say, hey, Mike, don't get too scared in there.
Yeah.
They're coming to get you, Mike.
Yeah.
Things like that, too. You could do a lot of things with it. Make sure it's not advertisements and make sure it's all family friendly within reason.
Right.
At least age appropriate for your haunt, I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah. Might be an interesting way to make a few bucks and make the queue line more interesting for everyone.
Yeah, because, if I notice that the person in front of me is up on the screen, I'm going like, hey, is that you? How'd you do that? Yeah. I want to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes it more engaging. It gets people involved watching it and paying attention to it.
Yeah.
Where I know personally, even at the House of Shock, that when they had the video screen going in the queue line, how long did it take you to tune it out and ignore it?
Well, it was on a loop.
Yeah.
So.
Once the first loop was done, you were done.
Yeah, pretty much.
The same. All right. And we're down to our last couple here. CD and music downloads. I actually really kind of like this one. Mm-hmm. A lot of haunts have taken to writing original music. Mm-hmm. Sell it.
Yeah.
Seriously, even if only a handful of people buy it, that's still money you didn't have. I mean, listen, the digital download is effectively free to you.
Yeah.
What you do is you sell digital download cards with QR codes. Let people buy it from their phone. Let people buy it, in iTunes and Google Play and whatever. Mm-hmm. And basically make it so that they can purchase the music. Now, music purchases are, of course, waning. But this kind of niche music still has a strong audience.
Right.
So there's still a place for this type of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, give it some thought. If you have custom music and you have the rights to it, make sure you have the rights you need, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
And make sure that people know that they can't buy it to use in their haunt.
Yeah, and obviously the terms and conditions you give
blah,
them, blah,
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 blah.
blah. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. We're not talking, this isn't the copyright one. We did that previously.
Yeah. And we actually did this time.
Yeah, this time we can actually say we did. We just did it way goddamn late.
Yeah.
But yeah. This is just a way to get a little extra money. You spent the time and effort composing that music and getting it recorded. here's a way to make a little cash from it.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me. And you came up with the idea of ringtones.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about CDs and digital. Like, well, what about ringtones? And like, is that a thing anymore?
Yeah.
I haven't bought a ringtone since I had a flip phone, but as we just spent the past week with teenagers...
And they both had bought ringtones.
Apparently it's a thing, and I'm just fucking old.
Yeah.
So yeah, sell some ringtones. If you have a custom character or someone like a character with an identifiable catchphrase or music that is very, very identifiable with your haunt and brings back good memories for people, consider selling it as a ringtone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
or just the name of your haunt said in a spooky voice.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, ringtones could actually be worth a damn. I don't know what the market for this is like. Did not actually research that before I started talking. Probably should have. But it's just like, I learned ringtones were a thing this week hanging out with teenagers, and now I'm thinking about them. So
yeah. Well, and I did look, and there are several haunted house themed ringtones out there. But I mean, you know, the people who have your bumper stickers and your shirts and everything, they would buy this.
Yeah.
They would put this on their phone.
Yeah. And it's a little bit of promotion every time their phone rings.
Exactly.
Yeah. So basically, though, this is the deal. Everyone's looking for new sources of cash. New sources of revenue. I get it. And the thing about it is, most haunts, what they shift to is trying to things like, okay, we're going to do escape rooms. Yeah. We're going to do these big things.
Right.
And that's understandable because big things bring big money.
Right.
But
you should still consider those.
Yes, this is not an instead of. This is an addition to.
Exactly.
Because we should not overlook what the power of small impulse buys.
Yeah.
I have been to far too many haunts where the only thing there was to buy was the ticket.
Yeah.
If they had a merch booth, I didn't see it.
Yeah. What about a map? I was just thinking, like your city line, here, you could have a map of the haunt.
Like a program, like selling a program?
Well, no, like a map.
Well, no, it's the same. It's the principle of like how they sell programs at like baseball games and so forth.
Yeah, exactly.
That same type of vendor type thing is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, I know I know what a map is, goddammit.
I don't know. You keep asking like you don't.
It's the thing that Google gives us on our phones.
Yeah. But yeah, so that way people could, and in fact, I think it would be a distraction for people in the haunts. Because if you're looking to see where you are on the map, okay, I'm in the swamp area. How much further do I have to go? Oh crap, I just got scared because somebody saw me reading my fucking map. You know?
Well, that's an interesting last minute idea.
Sorry.
All right, no, that's good. But yeah, the way I think about these microtransactions is this. If your ticket costs $25, which is a pretty normal price these days, and you manage to get $5 more from a customer, you just increase their revenue by 20%.
Yeah.
Off of one silly, stupid transaction that you didn't have to spend any marketing money on. You didn't have to really, spend any real time on.
Yeah.
And it was probably almost pure profit.
Yeah.
Because you probably sold them a soda or a digital download or something. It was probably almost 100% profit. So yeah, that's a pretty powerful thing. And if you can do that to every other customer, you've got a 10% increase in revenue across the board.
Yeah.
Just by selling stupid crap.
Exactly.
Seemingly stupid crap, I should say. If it's stupid but it works, then it ain't stupid, obviously.
Yeah,
the rule applies.
It does.
But yeah, I mean, extra attractions, big events are great ideas. Definitely do them. Definitely expand. But yeah, come on. There's lots of room to be made, but change in the pocket. A lot of money to be made there.
Exactly.
Change in the pocket. And here's the thing. We want your ideas on this one. I want to come back to this at some point. What are your ideas for microtransactions?
And what have you seen?
And what have you seen? What are you doing?
Yeah.
And how's it working? Let us know. I'm really, really curious your ideas. We can only report the haunts we've been to and we've seen. So yeah, I want to learn your ideas, what's going on with you guys. And to do that, just simply pop over to hauntweekly.com, send the messages to Haunt Weekly on Facebook, or direct messages Haunt Weekly at Twitter. We are in both of those places. Also, tinyurl.com/hauntweekly will take you to our YouTube page, where you can download all previous episodes just as you can to iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and all the places podcasts are sold. Though ours is not sold, it's just distributed.
Yeah.
Anyway. But anyways, I think that's about it. You got any final thoughts since you came up with one last minute idea?
Oh, I'm just realizing that whenever we go to knitting, we're the only two people without a ringtone in the room.
That's right. Ellie has ringtones.
Ellie has one.
Oh my.
Elizabeth has the Harry Potter. Dawn has Nosferatu.
I just realized we're not old. We're lame.
And on that note...
And on that note, the depression comes back. We will see you guys next week.